Hello, I'm Pastor Scott, a pastor here at Crossview Church, and I'm joined by Doug Temple, who's an elder here at the church. And Doug is also serving as the coordinator of our Cornerstone campaign. And we wanted to take a few minutes to share with you about that campaign and to invite everyone who considers Crossview their home, or if you've been blessed by the ministries of Crossview and you want to support the work here, to invite you to participate in this campaign. So in the book of First Kings, King Solomon is charged with building the temple. And naturally, he begins that work by laying the foundation of the temple. And we read in chapter 5 that he had 80,000 stone cutters at his disposal. And so this work took an army of people to accomplish. And he told the stone cutters to select large blocks of quality stone from a quarry and to use those blocks for the foundation. And so they did that, and then 7 years later, the temple was completed. And I'm imagining as people came and they looked at the splendor of the temple, there wasn't a single person who said, "Wow, check out that foundation." The foundation wasn't the main attraction, and yet it was absolutely critical of everything that was going to be built on top of that. And so that kind of segues into the Cornerstone campaign. We chose the name Cornerstone because this campaign in a lot of ways resembles that. The projects that we feel led by God to undertake at this time, they're not the main attraction. And when we're done, if we do a good job, nobody's going to come and say, "Wow, look at that foundation." And yet these projects really undergird everything that we do here. It is an exciting season that we're in here at Crossview Church. And honestly, 4 years ago, we were looking at a very different current reality. You were serving on consistory at that time, and we were fresh out of the COVID years, which were hard for us, like they were for so many churches. We had fewer people coming to church, fewer people contributing to the work here, and we were meeting to talk about how do we make cuts, how do we make ends meet, and what does the future of ministry for us even look like. And now, just 4 years later, there's a fresh wind. If I can use this metaphor, there's a fresh wind in the sails of Crossview Church. We are experiencing growth on so many different fronts. Every single Sunday, we have new members in church, new people visiting who have heard about what's going on at Crossview and want to be a part of it. And in just the last 4 years, we've welcomed 60 new members into our church. In just the last 2 years, we've had 25 baptisms, youth and adult baptisms. Our children's ministry continues to be a strength of the church. Every week, we're ministering to at least 60 children through our Sunshine Choir, through our Treasure Seekers, through our Kids Crew ministry on Sunday mornings. Our youth group is experiencing explosive growth. We've got 80 middle school students coming on Wednesday night. And I don't know what the total population of the middle school is, but I'm imagining that's a third of the middle school that we are directly influencing. And the high school, the same thing. And it's not just numbers. Like, the kids that are coming have a hunger for the Lord. Our meal ministries here at church are strong. Our senior moments are really ministering to a population that needs community, that's hungry for community. Our table is really a second worship service. Like, if you were to ask how many worship services does Crossview have, we have 2. And our table, what we call dinner church, we're reaching a population that otherwise we wouldn't be reaching. And I think what I'm most excited about is there is an urgency. I feel it in myself, an urgency to become a people and a house of prayer, recognizing that we don't have the power to make any of this happen, that it is only by the power of God that any of this is going to happen. We don't talk about it a lot, but if you think about it, all of the blessings that we're experiencing right now are based on a foundation that previous generations have laid for us. They've sacrificed to give us this foundation upon which we are building. And through this Cornerstone campaign, we have the opportunity to lay a foundation for generations that we may not even be around for. And so it's a great opportunity that we have. So I want to invite you, Doug, to share with everyone kind of the particulars about this campaign.
Okay. Thanks, Pastor Scott. A lot of time and energy has been spent planning this capital campaign. Our goal is to raise $550,000 starting this September and finishing the campaign by September of 2027. We'll be making updates to the main church campus here, as well as the Bridge Youth Campus on the north end of town. I'll start with the main church campus. So we'll be making improvements to our in-person worship experience, as well as the online worship experience, through updates to the audio, visual, and lighting systems. New parking lots already started renovation, but we'll be completing the resurfacing of the parking lot, as well as installing a new ramp on the east side of the building, replacing the stairs on the west side of the building. In addition to those improvements to the exterior, there'll also be repairs and tuck pointing done to the brick. Painting of the concrete facade is needed, and some repairs to some of the woodwork in the bridge towers. We'll be upgrading our electrical services throughout the building, specifically in the fellowship hall and the kitchen. At the bridge campus, some repairs will be made to the exterior of the building. There's a new shed that's currently being installed to store furniture, outdoor furniture, and outdoor games for the youth. And then there's some money set aside for some smaller projects that are needed inside of the building. In addition to those actual projects, there's already been a significant amount of money spent from our building fund, so we intend to replenish the building fund for expenses that we've already incurred, as well as potential projects that may come up in the next 3 years. In addition to that, as Scott said, we're experiencing growth in many different parts of the building, and we're starting to see that we're running out of space. We'd like to take some seed money to study and put together a plan to address the needs on Wednesday night, and as well as needs for our kids zone. There are several ways in which you can contribute and give to this campaign. A letter will be sent the week of September 7th to all church members. There'll also be a copy of the letter and pledge form available at the welcome desk after the service, as well as there'll be a link online. We're asking you to fill out that pledge card with the total amount that you intend to give by the end of the campaign, and there'll also be an ability to say at what frequency do you intend to give. We ask that you bring those cards back by September 28th, if you're able, to the church, and then the consistory will review what's been pledged, and we'll start to put in motion more of the renovations.
Yeah, I've been asked by several people, well, how much should I give? And obviously we're not going to tell people how much they should give, but I will say we don't have 80,000 stone cutters showing up. So this is not going to get done unless we all participate and unless we all participate sacrificially. So my answer to that question, how much should I give, is decide what you can give comfortably over and above your regular giving, and then go a step further. Give sacrificially. And I believe God's going to do an amazing thing, lay a foundation for years to come.